Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rachel. In today's video, I wanted to go over everything that I have recently purchased. This is a little mini collective book haul. So, I had a goal for myself to buy less books, to buy fewer books in 2026 because I own too many books. Let me rephrase. I own too many unread books. I do not think that there's ever, a number that's too many books to own. I do, however, believe that, I should be reading my unread books. So my goal for this year is to buy less books. And unfortunately, I do think I have purchased less books so far this year than I probably did last year, but it needs to really slow down, which is quite unfortunate because there are a lot of new releases that are coming out this year that I'm super excited for. Obviously, Sarah J. Maas is releasing her 2 new books, but there are so many other books that are coming out and I am gonna be buying them. So I need to slow down now. That way when I get to those books, it doesn't feel like so much, But anyway, let's jump right in to the collective book haul. So the first book is Moonbound by Robin Sloan, and don't ask me what this book is about because I have absolutely no idea. Every time I go to Barnes & Noble, I see this book. I see it in the hardcover color version, and it's absolutely beautiful, and I always pick it up, and I really want it every time I go, and I never buy it. But I want to say it was Book Outlet. They were having a $5.99 sale, and so I did buy this book at that sale. Like I said, I have zero context as to what this book is about, but hopefully I'll read it soon and I will share that information with you guys. The second book that I bought during that $5.99 sale is Midnight Timetable by Bora Chung, a novel in ghost stories. I don't know if this is an actual literal novel or if it's ghost stories, if they're individual stories, but I did read a short story collection by Bora Chung last year and I enjoyed it. It wasn't my absolute favorite, but I did like them enough that when I saw that she had another book, I was interested in picking it up. So I hopefully will be reading this soon. Okay, it does look like it's an actual story, but the other book that I read by her was Cursed Bunny, and that was a short story collection. So again, I don't know specifically what this is about, but I know that their work is usually weird fiction, and I love weird fiction. These next 2 books are by independent authors, and I am super excited because I love reading independent authors. And this one is The Legend of by Erin N. Hall. I don't know why my brain froze for a second there. Now, again, along the same lines, if you ask me what this book specifically is about, I could not tell you. In general, though, I am pretty positive that it is a cozy fantasy, and I absolutely love cozy fantasy, and I keep seeing people talk about it online, and I want to read it, and I hate that people are reading it and loving it and I am not reading it and loving it, so I bought it, and I also love supporting independent authors, like I said, and I love having their books when they're indie published because then I can purchase their book when it's traditionally published and have the 2 side by side and just see the differences and how far they've come, and I just absolutely love it, so I bought it. The next one, again, like I said, indie author. Her name is Shaylin Elizabeth. This is The Fall of Divinity. I actually went to her book release party. She's a local author from where I live, and she's the sweetest, kindest person, and this is supposed to be a fantasy with a knight. He's right here, and I'm pretty positive a queen, and I think their kingdom or something like that falls. It sounds really good, and also this cover is absolutely amazing and beautiful and gorgeous, and yeah, just so cool. And they read little oh my gosh, they read an excerpt at the party, and it sounded so good. So I'm very excited about that. I'm thinking about doing a video where I read indie authors. So let me know if that's a video you'd be interested in seeing, because I do have some other indie authors on my TBR that I want to get to soon. So I think that will be kind of a fun video to make. Now these next 2, I can kind of tell you more about them because they're in series, and so I actually know what they're about. Wow, shocking, surprising. The first one is Wayward by Blake Crouch. This is the second book in the Wayward Pine series. Now, obviously I can't tell you too much because it is a series, but I can tell you about the first book a little bit so you can kind of get an idea about what the series is about. So in Pines, the first book, there is this guy, he's in the FBI and he's going looking for a missing agent, and he stumbles upon this town, Wayward Pines, and freaky weird things happen, and this is the continuation of that. By the end of that first book, you're just like, what? I still don't know what the heck is going on, which I think is kind of the point because there's 3 books in this series. I'm excited to read it because the first one, like I said, what the heck? I don't know. I don't know what the heck's going on. And I think that if you like anything by Blake Crouch, you should definitely read Pines. And if you like weird thriller mysteries that are very suspenseful, I think you would like this series. And honestly, anything else by Blake Crouch, every single thing that I've read from him is absolutely phenomenal. He is such an amazing like thriller sci-fi mystery writer. Like, I think every book that he writes has an element of sci-fi in it, but it's also very thrilling and like has you at the edge of your seat, and there's always like this air of mystery around what the heck is going on. And yeah, he's a fantastic writer, so literally anything he writes I will read. I'm currently working through his backlist, so yeah. This next one is called Mockingbird Court by Junie Black. Juno, not Junie, Juno Black. This is co-written by 2 authors, and this is the, I want to say like 4th or 5th book in the Shady Hollow Mysteries series. Now, Shady Hollow is the absolute cutest little mystery town you will ever read about. It is a town filled with animals, and all types of animals. It's absolutely adorable. There are foxes and bears and ravens and pandas and just literally everything you could possibly think of. There's an owl. Absolutely adorable. And so far, up until this point, they have all taken place in the town of Shady Hollow. And I believe this one is going to take place elsewhere because, as you can see by the cover, there's like a little city, and I am absolutely so ecstatic because I love this book series so much. My coworker is the one that got me into this, and I blame her for my obsession with Shady Hollow because I love this series. It is the cutest mystery book series ever. It's a cozy mystery, and I love it. If you can't tell, anything cozy I enjoy. I love cozy fantasy and cozy mystery. I'm not a big thriller person, but I do like mystery, especially when it comes in the form of Shady Hollow. So yes. Now, I can't remember whether or not I talked about these in a different book haul. I want to say maybe I did, but in case I didn't, I picked up the first 2 books in the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon, Volume 1 and Volume 2, by Beth Brower. I want to say I did talk about this series, or at least these books, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about them, but basically they're journals. Journals are not real, like journal entries, but Emma M. Lyon is a very funny and witty character. I read the first one. I'm super excited to read the second one. I want to say there are about 8 books right now out in the series. Excited about these. And the last book that I am pretty positive I have not talked about yet is Bounce House, or Operation Bounce House, by Matt Dinniman. He is the author of Dungeon Crawler Carl, and if you have watched really one of my videos, you know how obsessed I am with Dungeon Crawler Carl. I talk about that book series in almost every video that I have ever made on this channel. Yeah, my obsession with Matt Dinniman, Jeff Hayes, and Dungeon Crawler Carl runs deep here. So anyway, the moment I found out that he was releasing a new book, I bought it, and I'm absolutely devastated that this is not the signed copy. I don't know why I waited so long to actually place the order for the book, but I did, and they did not have any signed copies left. So hopefully one day I will meet him again and I will have him sign this book for me. I, again, know nothing about this book, but anything that Matt Dinniman writes, I will read, and that includes his backlist, and I will get there. I know he has other books, I am fully aware, and I will get there, but I need to finish Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm on book 5 right now, and it's absolutely amazing, like every other book that Matt Dinniman writes. So anyway, this is the last book that I will be talking about in this video. Excited to find out what that means. Hello, it's me from the future. Kind of, I guess. I don't know. I filmed the first part of this video weeks ago, and I never edited it because that's just me. I didn't do it. But since then, I have collected more books, so I figured I would just tack them along to the end of this video. So let's just get into it. So at my local independent bookstore, I picked up Daggermouth. I'm very excited about this one. It blew up all over TikTok. I was looking for it. I kept telling my friend, I want to read that book when it comes out, not realizing that it was out. It was just an indie book. And so when I saw it at the independent bookstore, I grabbed it. So Daggermouth. The other two books that I picked up were the third and fourth, but the second set that I have picked up of the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon by Beth Brower. I am absolutely stoked to read these. I love Emma. She's absolutely hilarious, and she is just always dropping so much wisdom, and I absolutely love her. Now, the next book I have already kind of stashed away because I read this book already. It was just that I didn't have the physical copy of it, and I saw it at an independent used bookstore for like $8, and it was the OG cover, so I picked it up. I'll put a little clip here from my TikTok haul that I posted. If you guys want to check out my TikTok, it's always linked down below. But anyway, this is, I think it was Queen of Shadows. Is that what the book is called? I don't know. The video is here. You guys will see it already, but I picked that up, like I said, for like $8. And then as I was walking out, I saw Lightbringer by Pierce Brown, and this is going to be a book that eventually I'll be reading in the Red Rising series. I've read the first two, and I know that this one is like the fifth book or something, but I mean, I'll eventually need it. So I grabbed it, walked right back up to the checkout stand, and the guy was like, oh, you're back so soon. And I was like, yep. And he actually gave me a discount. So the book I think was normally like $12, and with tax it ended up being like $11.58 or something like that. But he was super nice and he gave me a discount. The bookstore is called Bookman. Bookman. It's in, I want to say, like Orange County area. They were super nice, and like I said, it is a used bookstore, but they had a really good selection of newer books, and this book is like basically brand new. Like I said, $12, and Queen of Shadows, I think, like I said, was $8, so absolutely a steal. But anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program. Well, thank you all for coming to my chaotic book haul. If you enjoy my content, which I hope that you do, you should like this video and subscribe to my channel, and maybe also hit that notification button so you can see all the rest of my chaotic videos when I post them, because sometimes they are chaotic. They're not always perfect, but they're fun, I think. Leave me a comment down below with your most recent book purchase. I do not need any more suggestions, but I would love to see what you guys are buying and what you guys are reading and what's coming out, what you guys are excited about. But yeah, if you like my videos, I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.